Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. So, what's up, you guys? I got a story time for y'all tonight. Yep, that's right, a good old story time. This one came to me yesterday when I was sitting down in my son's room talking with you guys. It came to me while I was telling you guys another story from way back in the day. So, this story is from my time when I was still running the streets of Hot Springs, Arkansas, before I moved here to Little Rock. This was before I went to prison. This is before I got my charge. So, at this time I was working for Colorado Grill. I was waiting tables and bartending, and I was really hard on Xanaxes and painkillers, you guys. Like, I was taking pills every day, okay? I was snorting them or smoking them, but I hadn't started shooting up yet. And so I was waiting tables, and I was living with my girlfriend, Misty. Me and Misty would get so fucked up, you guys. We would take opiates and benzos combined, and we would overdose, and we was just out of control. Out of control. And so this was about right before I started shooting methamphetamine. This is probably like 6 months to a year before that started happening. So every night I would go into my job and I would wait tables, and I would get off by like 11 or 12 at night. And then I would go and I would pick up a 6-pack of Modelo Especial. That was my favorite kind of beer, you guys. And I would take it back to the house, and me and Misty would throw back that 6-pack. And then I'd probably run down to the liquor store and go get some more. And we would just sit there and get fucked up and smoke cigarettes and laugh all night long. Because that's what me and her did. We would get fucked up together and just stay up and just smoke and just fucking laugh. We would fucking laugh. We would invite dudes over and we would just kick it. Well, I had so many connects in Hot Springs. I bought pills from everybody. And I had met this guy, and he was new in town. Big old boy. Big old black boy. He was probably like 270 pounds. Big dude. And he had the hookup on the Xanaxes and the Somas. And at this time, I loved taking Somas, Xanaxes, and fucking Roxys or Oxys. This is, Oxys were still around back then. Oxy 80s. Okay. So I was a loyal customer. I would call him, he would meet me, or I would go to his house. I even got to the point where, like, I would go over to his house when his old lady was there. Sometimes she would have the pills for me. Like, I just knew them. We were just cool. Well, it got to a point where he was, like, allowing me to front, right? Because sometimes I would need pills to go into my job. And, well, sometimes, all the time, I would need pills to go into work. All right? Because I waited tables, and I was like, oh, I just need something to get me going. And I hadn't made any tips yet. So he would front me the pills until I, got off work that night after making my tips, and I would just bring him the cash by. Well, everything went well. I was doing this for probably a good 3 or 4 months, and I was paying him the money right back, right? Well, I started slipping, and I started getting real, real bad, you guys, to the point where I was not going into my job, and he was still fronting me these pills, right? And then I just didn't come back one night. I think I probably owed him like $200, and I didn't come back that night to pay him back. And so I was dipping and dodging him, right? Because all the people that I bought pills from, they were all centrally located around the same area, or they knew each other, right? They were all connected in somehow, some way. And so I didn't go back and pay him, right? And he was texting me and got, come on, girl, I know you got my money, you got my money. And I would just like make up some excuse. Well, me and Misty, it was a Saturday. I had the day off, and I had money, she had money, so we were going to meet up with one of my other connects in town at his house and pick up some pills. And so I was like, all right, we'll be there in like 5 minutes, right? And so we pull up, and he opens the front door, and we walk in, and he shuts the door behind me. And it was so scary, you guys. Behind the door was the dealer that I owed the $200 to. They set me up. So he shut the door, and I thought, holy shit, he's going to beat my ass. He's gonna hit me. He's gonna hit me, and he's gonna beat my ass, and they're gonna kill me. I don't know what they're gonna do. Luckily for me, I didn't have but fucking $40 on me, right? And so I was like, what do y'all want me to do? You know, I don't have $200. I don't have it on me. I don't have it. You know, and he was like, you know what we want you to do. And these two boys, and I'm by myself in this house because Misty's out in the car waiting for me, right? And so I was like, oh my God, they're going to rape me. They're going to take my money and kill me. Oh my God. I kid you not, y'all. No sooner, my girl, I just love her so much. She come in there. She come knocking on the door and just open the door and walk through. And I thought, holy shit. And that guy backed up off me. And I gave her my money. And I said, this isn't even my money. This is her money. She's the one who's getting these pills. And Misty went in there and she got the pills from the other guy, not from the guy I owed $200 to, right? And she's like, yeah, this is my money. This is my money anyway. Gave the dude the pills, get the money, and the dude gave her the pills, right? And I walked out with her because I was so scared, you guys. And that's when I got in the car and we were driving off. And he was texting me. He was like, just wait until I see you again, right? And I was like, you ain't never going to see me again. Okay, well, boy, was I wrong. I was driving through town probably like 2 weeks later, and I was picking up some pills from my homeboy James. And I went up and I parked right outside his car, right outside his house, and I'm parked there, right? And I'm about to get out of my car, and this SUV just starts, I mean, it is coming at me full speed, right in front of me, and it's him, and he has a gun. And he's pointing that gun right at me. And he said, give me the money. Give me all the money you have on you. And I was like, man, fuck. I said, you know what? You got me. And I had $25 on me. And I gave him the $25. And he said to me, he said, every time I see you from now on, I'm going to take whatever bit of money you got on you. So you either make sure I don't see you or you be ready to hand me my money. Skirt! Drove off. My heart was pounding. And I was just like, man, that was one thing that, like, I hated doing that. But sometimes it would get like that to where I would run on the front, you know. I'm going to tell you this right now. I never paid him back the rest of that money, but he never saw me again. I never ran into him again, and I made sure of it. But I'm telling you guys, like, those are the kind of things that I fucking did when I was in my active addiction. And I would go running, right? Or I would pop off to these big dudes with these guns and shit, or to these drug dealers, and I would mouth off because I was a mouthy little cocky thing when I was high. So, yeah, that's the story about me getting hemmed up by my dope dealer, man. Let me tell you something right now. I'm so glad he didn't shoot my ass, because he could have. He could have shot my ass and dumped me in a ditch somewhere, y'all, and it would have been a whole different story. So, I'm just grateful that I'm sober today and that I don't got to meet up with no more dope dealers, and I don't have to do that shit, dipping and dodging and hiding out, you know. But that dude right there, man, he stayed on me. I had never had a dope dealer that was so hard about a front to where they would threaten to hurt me. You know, he was the first guy that had ever really done that to me. Now, once I moved up to Little Rock, I had another experience with somebody else like that was kind of similar, but this dude was just crazy. Big old dude. So, yeah, you know, I've never seen him ever again. I wonder if he went to jail or something happened to him. But I also haven't been back to Hot Springs, like, to live or like hang out for a long period of time since I've gotten sober. You know, my parents live there and I go visit them, but they live in the Village, which is not in Hot Springs. It's like on the outskirts. So I don't really have to go back there and like run into any of those people. You know what I mean? But I imagine that if I did run into those people, they'd have some choice words for me. But you know what? That's one thing that I learned, you guys, is like, I don't go into those areas anymore. I don't go around my old dope friends. I don't try to hang out with those people, because I'm telling you, like, they'll always drag me back down. I know when I can help somebody. Like, we helped Ian last week. That was a situation where I could be of service. But I'm not going to put myself in harm's way and go back around my old stomping grounds and go back into the dope houses and try to, you know, change people's lives that are sitting in the dope house. You know, that's not my place. When you're ready to come out the dope house and you're ready to reach out, I'll help you out. You know, but you got to come into my territory. You got to come into the clean and sober side. You got to come into the meetings. You got to show me that you're willing and to put that hand out or reach out for help. Because me stepping in on your territory, y'all, it's like leeches. They'll grab onto you. They'll suck you dry. Okay, don't go putting your feet over there in the dope territory. You stay over here on the sober side and let those people reach out to you. And if you can and you're able, then you can help. But if not, if you're not feeling strong, don't do that. Don't go around. Don't go tempting yourself, okay? Do not do it. I just got done watching her Opiate Fixes video, and he was talking about the same thing. You know, being around in that area and that feeling you get, you know, that's your addiction. That's our disease. And we got to tell on our disease, you know. Y'all, I'm human. Sometimes those thoughts come in my mind. Hey, it would be nice to have a pill. Hey, it would be nice to get high. You know, and I got to tell on my addiction. Yeah, my mind says those things sometimes. And the more I tell on it, the more I share it with somebody else, the more that power gets taken away. I'll talk to you guys later.